There won't be any shocks in the end, honey. Their marriage is officially gone. According to the old adage, once a cheater, always a cheater. Kirk Frost has just committed the same embarrassing mistake that has caused irreparable damage to his relationship with Rasheeda for years. Jasmine Washington, a name that has come to symbolize division in their marriage, has become the source of this chaos. You had better hold on tight because the drama surrounding this situation is about to get even messier. Kirk has gotten Jasmine pregnant for the second time and has once again been secretly dating her. What déjà vu! The drama began when Kirk was caught red-handed, and instead of owning up to his infidelity, he started acting as though he had been fed up with Rasheeda all along. He's pretending as though he's always wanted out, but we all know it's just another ploy to cover up his dirty little secrets. To be honest, who could blame Rasheeda for having had enough of Kirk's lies? After 25 years of constant ups and downs, it seems there is no going back from this significant betrayal. There have been whispers, rumors, and reports that Rasheeda has finally filed for divorce. It's about time, if you ask me. Let's take a step back and look at this insane relationship for what it truly is. A roller coaster ride that's been out of control from the start. Rasheeda and Kirk are one of the longest-lasting couples on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but their relationship has been tainted from the very beginning by Kirk's infidelity. In fact, remember how in Season 2, Kirk accused Rasheeda of cheating after she became pregnant? Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Then, in one of the most infamous incidents in hip-hop and romantic history, Kirk was caught on tape cheating on Rasheeda while on a retreat. Season 3 merely served to highlight this man's incredible insolence. When Kirk had the audacity to challenge Rasheeda to take a DNA test to prove the paternity of her child, you can only imagine how humiliating that must have been for her, not to mention the ongoing drama with Shirlene, Rasheeda's mother. Do you remember the time she crashed into Kirk's motorcycle after a heated argument? That was pure mama bear energy, if I've ever seen it. Despite all the chaos, Rasheeda stayed by Kirk's side for years. But it seems that his most recent betrayal with Jasmine Washington has finally broken the camel's back. Now, can you really hold her responsible for the end of their relationship? In Season 6, Jasmine was already obstructing their progress. The couple briefly split up after it was revealed that Kirk had fathered a child with Jasmine, a stripper at the time. But despite all the hurt, Rasheeda somehow found it within herself to forgive him. But now history is repeating itself, and it's even worse. Kirk has once again been secretly visiting Jasmine, who is expecting their second child together. It's like watching a terrible disaster unfold in slow motion. As many of us already know, Kirk is trying to paint himself as the victim in all of this. We're all well aware that his latest infraction is being concealed by his public declaration that he's wanted to leave Rasheeda for years. Being caught and then pretending to be upset the entire time, that's the classic cheater's strategy. Love and Hip Hop viewers have been following Rasheeda's journey with great interest, and many of them are supporting her decision to leave her relationship with Kirk. At this point, I believe the time has come for her to finally choose herself. Rasheeda is prioritizing her own happiness and peace of mind after putting up with Kirk's lies and antics for far too long. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about Kirk's behavior over the years, which has been nothing short of shameful. When he first appeared on the show, he was portrayed as Rasheeda's supportive husband and manager, someone dedicated to helping her fulfill her dreams in the music industry. However, that image quickly shattered when his infidelity became known to the public. The tension in their lavish apartment was palpable as Rasheeda paced the living room, her thoughts racing. Kirk's infidelity had just come to light, shattering her self-esteem and leaving her stunned. For the first time, Rasheeda realized that her life was no longer the picture-perfect image she had tried to maintain. As the reality of Kirk's betrayal sunk in, Rasheeda decided to take matters into her own hands. She knew she needed to regain control. She was no longer going to be the quiet, forgiving wife who turned a blind eye to her husband's mistakes. Rasheeda had to show that she was capable of equalizing Kirk's dirty moves if he wanted to play that game. There was a determined glitter in her eyes as she devised a plan. Making a public declaration was her way of reclaiming control. She organized a press conference to ensure that it would become the talk of the town. Reporters and cameras gathered in anticipation, and there was a sense of excitement in the air. Rasheeda arrived in a stunning outfit that radiated both elegance and rebellion. When she took the podium, her grace and underlying passion were unmistakable. "Thank you all for coming," she said in a composed and animated voice. "I want to be upfront about my upcoming plans and offer some critical information." The reporters leaned forward, their interest piqued. "There have been some challenges in my relationship with Kirk Frost lately. As many of you are aware," Rasheeda continued. She paused briefly, letting the words sink in before delivering the punchline. "Yes, Kirk has been unfaithful." The room filled with whispers and flashbulbs, but Rasheeda wasn't finished. But this is where the interesting part starts. She smiled confidently, then added, "I'm not just moving on. I'm doing it with someone new, someone who has been a true partner and friend to me." Just as Rasheeda made this bold declaration, her new lover entered the room. He was tall, handsome, and exuded a calm assurance that contrasted sharply with the chaos around them. The reporters asked questions, their curiosity piqued, and their cameras snapped furiously. One of the reporters shouted, "Who's he, and how did you two meet?" Rasheeda's eyes gleamed with delight as she introduced him. "Adrian is present. We have been in a relationship for a while. He has been a dependable friend through all the highs and lows, so I am thrilled to have him by my side as I start this new chapter." Adrian, standing confidently by Rasheeda's side, gave the reporters a warm smile and a firm handshake. He spoke with calm assurance, clearly unfazed by the media frenzy and ready to step into the spotlight. The questions started pouring in as the reporters were eager to know more about Rasheeda's new relationship and how it would affect her public image. Rasheeda, clearly enjoying the attention, responded with a mixture of poise and playful defiance. The situation had shifted. Now, it was all about her. She had taken back control of her narrative. Rasheeda and Adrian walked out of the news conference together, their hands clasped tightly, symbolizing a new beginning. The cameras continued to flash, capturing the moment as Rasheeda firmly reclaimed her power. She knew that this would be a headline-making move, but Rasheeda had been ready for this moment all along. She had turned Kirk's betrayal into a statement of her own strength and her willingness to start over. As Rasheeda walked into the night, she felt liberated. She had remained strong and composed in the face of Kirk's adultery. Now, with Adrian by her side, she was ready to face whatever the future held with newfound confidence and hope. After a turbulent 25-year marriage to Kirk Frost, it seems that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Rasheeda has finally had enough and is ready to file for divorce. Rasheeda, who has endured Kirk's constant adultery for far too long, is reportedly over his lies and infidelity, which have been a constant source of turmoil in their marriage. Kirk's questionable behavior has often made headlines, one of the most notorious being his on-screen betrayal during a getaway on Love and Hip Hop. This infamous scene from Season 2 was remarkable not only because of the tension between the couple, but also because of Kirk's blatant paternity fraud during Rasheeda's pregnancy. That single act of betrayal turned their relationship upside down. By Season 3, things took another dark turn when Kirk insisted on a DNA test to prove the paternity of Rasheeda's child. This move shocked Rasheeda and further eroded the trust in their marriage. Their turbulent relationship also led to dramatic conflicts with Shirlane, Rasheeda's mother. Who could forget the time Shirlane ran over Kirk's motorcycle in a fit of rage after a heated argument? That moment truly captured the essence of Mama Bear energy. Despite these repeated betrayals and the ongoing chaos, Rasheeda stayed by Kirk's side for years, but it seems that his most recent affair with Jasmine Washington has been the breaking point. Are you able to hold her responsible for the breakdown of their relationship? In Season 6, Jasmine was already interfering with their progress. Rasheeda and Kirk briefly split after the revelation that he had fathered a child with Jasmine.